All right, so for everybody on Earth, we all connected to this place. We all need the same thing. Later on, I'm going to be going to bed. I can't wait to get to bed. Can you? What do you think about sleeping? I hope you have a nice place to sleep tonight because that's where, sleeping and then did you get something to eat? Did you get clean water? Have you had access to clean water? This is a day of partying and celebration. Make sure that, whatever. You have access to something to drink, I'm guessing. And then that gives you energy. Now, if you took something today with a substance, then you might be changing your perception, right, about what's going on in general altogether. Remembering that you're part of the mother Gaia. So then, all that creates something. Then the fifth element, this fifth element. So you have basically sleep that you need to recharge your batteries, water you need to recharge your batteries, food you need to recharge your batteries. That gives you the energy to keep your battery going, your heartbeat, right? And that then you have something to do. Like, what are we going to do? Because you have a mind, you have to do something, otherwise you go crazy. Not doing something is really part of this insane thing that's going on right now. Not standing up to authoritarianism. That's, we let it go. We had to become, I don't know, we didn't know how to fight it. It came to us, and we just are in that same place. The forgiving people, it's like what always the bully does is he blames the victim for the crime. Because she was wearing a skirt that was too short. Because she was wearing some really cool clothing. Because she was wearing fashion. That means that, that means stuff. And the male psyche is always looking at that one opportunity, and we're just seeing it so blatantly shown to us. It's just amazing. So, what's going on? Last week, we're going this whole super fast perception change. Remember that we're now just starting to take and. Well, let me check with Renee before I go to. Can you hear me, Renee?
Yep, I'm right here.
Am I in the
Absolutely.
frame, or am I?
Yep, you
You're just
are.
like looking at my chest,
No, your whole body and your hat too.
my hat too. Okay,
Yeah.
where's the top of the frame? Right there.
Nope. Lower, lower, right at there you go. Yep. Little wait, no, 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 you're going too far. Come back, come back, come back. There yeah, stop.
Okay, and then you can hear me too.
Yeah. So take a step back or two and then you're good. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Good.
Okay, so we'll know this, but next time, whatever. Is there going to be a next time? That's the question. We have to remember that there may not be a next time. So we have to play the game like every chance we get because it's more fun to play than it is to work. We don't want to work at this game. You can't work at a game. You can work at practice. I mean, what else is there? What are you wanting to do? I mean, I want to have fun and I want to go have some fun, but I can't because other people can't enjoy the same life as I can. I mean, what's that about and how come? So here we are. So then it's too big for me. The problem is too big for me, so I have to stay focused on my, things I know to be true, which are the Hermetic principles. The fact that we're all part of this, we're all in this together, that our mind is the most powerful thing in here, that we can create whatever future that we want for ourselves. Please be the first guy to put your mask on before you worry about other people. But take care of all your issues. I don't know. A lot of people can't do it. What do we do about those folks? I mean, that's the thing we need to deal with. So, the richest man in the world could easily pay for all the rest of the world to have those five things. We need to focus on the five elements that we need to live on planet Earth. Okay, we need to move from the idea that there's not enough of these things to the idea that there's plenty of these things. Okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to set our mindset to the idea that there's plenty. And then how we do it is we play the game for ourselves and for other people. What else is happening? I mean, just day by day, we're seeing, oh, this is the free speech thing. Well, get it while it's hot, man. You know, they're coming after it. This is exactly what happens in the Hitler Terror. When you're in the Hitler Terror, it's very difficult to see how deep you are. It's only after they do that thing, you can't believe they're ever going to do that thing. But they always do that thing. There's too much good stuff behind me. I want to go this way. So, how's that? Can you still see me there?
Yeah, it's good. And remember, we want to talk about not letting fear take over. That's a really big thing right now, right? So, what is your take on fear?
Thank you. Thank you for bringing me back around because, you know, honestly, that,
Move back a
right?
little bit.
Who says it? It's like fear and
Move
love.
back like two
Which
steps.
one is it? I choose love. So it's that simple. It's like we've got to choose love. I mean, follow the love. Okay, don't. And fear has got nothing to do. It's like ridiculous. It's a chemical that we don't want to experience.
Yeah, move back. There you go. Perfect. Okay, so talk about the Hermetic principles and how they apply to fear.
Okay, well, it's getting loud, but these guys are drowning me out. Like, I have an issue with one of these cats because he like doesn't really like me that much. I don't know why. How's that?
Yeah, stand right there. Perfect.
So it's some kind of weird thing, like psychic energy that I deal with in this area. Because I had to, I came to Art City and found, you know, another level of my development has really been kind of sitting around waiting for stuff to come up and be, you know, be present. And now we're ready to go because again we're under attack by, you know, the money and the greed who want to see the land as a some place to store. I guess they're going to store semi trucks here for 6,000, you know, 9,000 a month. You know, just clear the whole thing and just start wheeling in semi trucks. So we're gonna drag our feet and see how that goes, and then have them. You know, that's all we can do. So, but honestly, you know, a bulldozer guy could nail this thing and probably knock it out in a couple of hours. Be right in the back of a truck, and they wouldn't even say, you know, squat. Because this is what you're up against in the reptilian world. You're up against this whole mad, insanely stupid people who will do insanely stupid things because there's money attached to it and because somebody with some authority told them to do such a thing. Isn't that funny? They do insanely stupid things, you know, because somebody with authority told us to go do it. It's crazy. This is what's happening with Trump and his minions. I mean, what if Trump just said, let's do great things for people? Why don't we just try to solve these issues? Why don't we talk to Lance at Lanson, your friend at Lanson, and why don't you say, and Lanson, what do you think? And I'll say, well, we all need something to eat. We all need food and water. Clean water should be the right of everything. Cleaning up our water systems, taking the plastic out and doing something with it has got to be one of our priorities. I mean, have you seen the plastics that are being collected on the Pacific side? I don't know what they're doing on the Atlantic side to stop plastic from going in the water. Do you know anything about that? And how about the lake side? Isn't there something about plastic in the lake?
Yeah, so plastic is now found. A lot of people have up to a teaspoon of plastic in their brains at this point. That's how ubiquitous and how all invasive plastic is. It's in everything, even our brains, and they don't know yet what that even means. So it's
Wow, I didn't know that much. A whole teaspoonful of plastic?
yeah, in some people,
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Imagine what it will be 10 years from now because we're ingesting microplastics every single moment of the day.
Well, it's not what I was talking
Hey,
about, but
yeah.
how are they mitigating plastic going in the ocean?
Well, that's what we're supposed to be working on, and I don't know if there are some companies that are working on it, but basically, I don't know how we're going to do
So
it
they're
because
not working on it. So there's some kind
not
of
enough.
gyre in Atlantic Ocean, but Atlantic Ocean is pretty turbulent. But
Yeah.
I mean, this is what comes up. You see, what happens is in a hurricane, all that plastic does come up to the high levels and gets rained on the ground. Okay, and that's how it's getting into the soil. Okay, so like little, you know, like little bits of little, you know, What was her name? Oz, Anyway, they're ready to have a party here. I can't do this any longer. So
Okay.
I'm going to just say we are in a place where you have to stay focused on the laws of the universe that follow. If you stay focused there, you can weather any storm.
That's very
So
true. Do you have time for one question from TikTok?
I can't really hear, but let's go to another place maybe. They just are turning up the volume on the party because it's time for party time, right?
There you go. Okay. Now can you hear?
Yeah, it might be better.
Okay, so the question was about hermetic principles. The person didn't know what we were saying and they want to know more about what that is.
Well, just Google it up. You got to Google Hermetic Principles or Hermes Trismegistus. That's the way. And then there's lots of stuff on that. So go ahead and do some homework. Come back another time and we'll talk more. Anything else?
Yeah, so when we mentioned freedom of speech, we had like three different people who said that freedom of speech is dead in America. So I want you to just weigh in. Do you think that's merited? Do you think that people are
Well, I
right?
mean, that means you gave it away because you don't give it away for nothing. You've got to exercise your free speech. And then don't get in trouble too much. I don't know, but you've got to, stand up against frivolous comments. I have to go do this thing myself. I put a piece up last week, and because I want everybody to remember, like, there's Matthew Thomas Crooks, and he said, look, he put out a little video. It looked a lot like him, you know. I don't know, but he was the man that the young boy, that shot on, shot at supposedly shot at the president. So, we're gonna just bury his name and so forth. And well, I guess that's what happened. Is it elevated Trump to become a slight hero, right? There was a blood sacrifice, and Trump became, a little bit stronger in the eyes of people who want to see that kind of thing. Free speech. I don't know about this. I've never not had free speech, but yes, it's a little bit. It's definitely weird to have somebody watching what you say. Anything else?
Yeah, somebody was asking about the book. I flashed the book up and it is available on Amazon at the link that I provided, right? Do you want to say something about the book to people who are looking to buy it?
Well, you should get it. You should get a copy because it'll help you understand what I'm talking about, and then maybe you can come up with a better idea. I think the whole systems design. In fact, I had another talk. Oh, I had another. I mean, in my Uber driving thing, I got to meet a lot of really cool people. I met a young man who's going to be doing some video work for me. But before that, I met a young lady, and her name was Mindy, and she was great, just a fireball. And she looked at my stuff and said she would really like to do more with me on terms of marketing this thing. And I was dropping her off at LinkedIn. Their headquarters is here in Carpinteria, and she was going to go work with them. Now, what she does is physical plant stuff. She does like coffee bars and meeting rooms and different things. Her design, that was her design element. But I'm like, that's even cooler because it's kind of nobody's going to get hurt if the coffee bar isn't on the right side of the counter. You know what I'm saying? But if there's not enough chairs in the, it could go bad. But it's not going to kill the deal probably. Anyhow, it was fun. She was really neat. So maybe she'll come back around. Before that, there was a guy I met too that I drove. He was with the desal plant in Santa Barbara. We have a desalination plant. It's been going on for about 20 years. And he was like one of the engineers inside monitoring water. I also met with another guy who was doing water pressure flow systems for Google. All of the Google campuses around the country, they are fascinated with how much water they're using. Isn't that something to think about? That's neat, right? So Google is watching every single drop of water. What is going on with that? Okay, that's interesting to know. Now, what if we turn Google water into hydrogen refueling stations for a special Google car? Weren't they doing Google self-driving cars? I mean, this is so stupid. They could be charging cars with a hybrid, Toyota's talking about this. Toyota's had this hybrid, hydrogen hybrid system motor, whatever, that can work. And there's new ones coming with the one that we were waiting for, which are these cells that you can literally take out and replace. And they're lightweight hydrogen cells. Hydrogen is lightweight. It doesn't need a lot of constriction, but it needs some very serious constriction. And it's so volatile that it wants to go away so fast. Like if you have a little pinprick, it'll just go away. There won't be any left. Okay? So finding ways to trap and use hydrogen has been a little thing, but really it's a lot of little things because you really just need to fill up these little pills and then you can replace the pills inside the car. So it's getting very, very close to really happening. And that's where we're going to go next. So what else?
Okay, so of course, people want to talk about Charlie Kirk, and because you mentioned Crooks, which was the alleged shooter in Butler of Trump, but now people are asking if you have any theories about the shooter for Charlie Kirk.
Well, I think you are trolling me right now, and you're trying to get me like banned from this thing. So I'm not really going to go that direction. What we talked about today. Do you remember, Renee, what we talked about?
Well, we talked about the Hermetic principles.
We
We
talked
talked
about the
about
Hermetic
the
principles. Nothing to
game.
do with Charlie Kirk and that guy. He's got way too much airtime as it is, in my opinion. And he's
Everybody's
obviously the
obsessed.
third rail, so we're not going to go there.
Yeah,
So what
people
we're
are
going to
like
stay focused
obsessed.
on,
Yeah,
right? Tell
yeah.
us what we're going to focus on, Renee.
So the Hermetic principles, playing the game, everything covered in the book. If people want to go out and buy it, not giving into fear and not obeying false powers, people in authority who tell you that you have to believe and do what they tell you to believe and do. Right?
Wow, that's a lot. Okay, see, that's the thing.
That's a
So
lot.
simply put, we just got to be able to live and travel without harm to ourselves or any other person. If you break that code, you're into some other type of thing. Harming other people is not going to happen. We don't need to do that. So, but nobody needs that. We really need to go over this. This is ridiculous. What we're doing is insane. What we're experiencing is extreme insanity. And I'm not going to go into anything more about this guy. So anyway, what's next? Anything else?
Yeah, just people. There's so much that people are saying right now. I've seen like two. I'm trying to scroll up, but two again about voting and the importance of like doing your vote the
Okay,
next
let's
time
talk about
around.
voting. Okay,
Yeah,
good stop. Jessica Denson is a one-woman crusade, and she has been on the case since the beginning. And I focused everybody who felt sick to their stomach on the day of the voting, knowing that it just didn't feel right that all these returns are coming in for Trump. Okay, if you had a feeling like that, you were right because it was completely stolen. Okay, these votes were denied. I mean, that hundreds of thousands of votes were denied around the country, and Kamala Harris should have been president, just like Al Gore should have been president, just like these other people should have been president. Why we give into this, I have no idea. Had she just simply gone for any simple, but she's in on it. You see, that makes me think, oh no. How, if they really had our best interest, would they ever let something like this go down? It doesn't work like that. You have to have people who will. A lot of people don't know. There's a few people that do know, and the few people that do know hold the levers of power, and they do certain things. You see what's going on, right? Right? Anyhow,
heck
that's what's
yeah,
going on.
totally. So someone just agreed with you. Susan said, "Absolutely, I did not vote for the Orange Menace, and I don't think that many people did. This is voting fraud!" Exclamation.
Well, is everybody? Did you put up Vigilante Inc? Can you put that
Oh,
VigilanteInc.com
sure.
or something?
Yeah,
I mean, do
Vigilante
your
Inc.
own work. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody should just read this. Okay, if you're listening to me and you know happy and you know it, clap your hands. All right. So I mean, Vigilante Inc. explains very clearly how we've been just completely bamboozled. Another 9/11 event. Not only a 9/11 event, but he couldn't even wait to pull the trigger because he went in with that Elon Musk. I mean, 600,000 people were laid off in that first month. That is the biggest massacre. That is, we were talking earlier, Renee and I, about, what was it, 470,000 that Genghis Khan, or no, he
40,
had a
yeah,
million. He had
40
millions.
million, 40
40,
million.
okay, 40 million.
That's
Well,
like,
40
okay.
million and 600,000 is not the same,
Yeah,
but 600,000 sure is a lot of people in one
yeah,
month that got, basically killed
right.
because they were going out to buy a coffee, on a Friday, and then on Monday they had no job. So 600,000 people did not show up to Starbucks to get a coffee. 600,000 people did not show up to McDonald's to get a McMuffin. 600,000 people did not show up to their next thing the next day. That has got to be just the most terrifying thing we have ever seen. This is worse than 9/11. Okay, so keep going.
Oh, Haley wanted to know, she said, what is that background? It looks really cool. Are you in Hawaii?
No, I'm in Ventura, California. Just it's like the next kind of Hawaii, almost. It's Hawaii on the mainland.
And you're at Art City, right? In
I'm
Ventura,
in Art City.
California.
Yeah,
It's
Ventura.
a
Yep.
artist collective, so they heard music before, and there's all kinds of things that go on here in Art City.
Yeah, and they're having a party because it's what I don't know, equinox or equa. I can't never remember. I'm a dyslexic person, so
It's the
it's the
last day of
last day of
summer.
summer,
Yeah, last day of summer.
first day of fall, 50-50 day. Wow, that's effing cool. I mean, all these things that are going together. So, I mean, lots of things for me personally are showing up because, I mean, really angelic people are coming. Like, Renee is one of those angels that showed up and is really helping steer the ship here. So, I want to go give a shout out to
Thank
my partner here.
you. Thank
She's
you.
amazing. So, without her, this is not going to be done. She's fielding all you people. She knows she's like a pro at it. I'm just here to tell you, I do know one thing that oh, new things. We're going to go back to school. We're going to go back to the school of chem. We're going to become chemists. We're going to be studying chemistry, but the chemistry that we use is KHEM. Chemistry, okay? And that is basically that we all come from these fantastic folks in the last cycle who are close to the Ark of the Covenant, who got the brown skin, you see? The darker skin you have, probably the closer you are able to get to the source, the one true source of the God source, that light. And that's where Thoth comes from, right? So Thoth the Atlantean, right? So 350,000 years ago, we were hanging out in what is now Antarctica, and was then Atlantis, and that was at the Ecuador. It was at the equator. You see, imagine the world changed, and the round thing that they talk about in Plato is really the round continent of Antarctica, right? So doesn't that make sense? Now that's the size, and then if
Yeah.
that thing had all the, I mean, that's a huge continent, and it's got all the elements on it. It's got some great things. When that thing thaws out, we'll be dead. But if it thaws out, we'll be dead. And if it's not, I mean, what? Okay, we'll be dead in this particular form. Oh, that's a whole nother ball of wax. So you have to have faith and understanding in what this is and to get to the next level of the conversation. So if you want to do that, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. But I got a chance for one more question. Nothing too hard.
Okay, so someone said when we talk about voting, this is redlining. I'm in Texas, and they are deliberately trying to make sure people of color do not vote.
That's right. Well, that's what happened. That's what happened in the last election too. And now they're blatantly doing it right in front of our eyes. Okay? The Everything they do is in front of our eyes. We just can't see it. And then you got to look at Eyes Wide Shut. Go watch Eyes Wide Shut, read the book, or do whatever. I mean, this is what's going on. So we know that we're being fucked with. So we know that we can just basically, that's all we got. Is if you know you're being messed with, they can't really mess with you, but it still feels pain. But you can't suffer anywhere else. You see, that's what's so confounding about this particular thing is that it's the pain of life, which is the gift. Because in fifth dimension, there's no feeling, there's no hunger, there's no suffering. It's just you and your Merkaba, I'm guessing. And then what you bring with you is going to be what's with you until you get another assignment. I think, I just feel like I'm ready for my next gig, because that's what I do. And I can't imagine that I'll be any different when I slip over. But somebody who's connected to this planet, who has no thoughts about anything else, they're so focused, on one particular thing, whatever that is. Maybe you're focused on the people you killed. Maybe you're focused on the people you saved. Or maybe you're focused on the money you earned. Maybe you're focused on the rocks you collected. How about the art? How about the house you built? You might be staying in that house, but no one is going to know you're there. Like, you're going to be a ghost, and you can't even knock stuff over. I mean, it's crazy. So, because the thing is, to me, it just occurs to me that in a universe of eternal life, the answer is yes. See, the universe only says yes, and it says plenty. There's plenty. There's never this thing like there's not enough in the universe. Okay, there's always enough, and the answer is always yes. Can you imagine that? Work on that, and I'll see you next time on Spaceship One Whole Earth.
If you're one of the very, very few people getting this message,